Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Drop in a chat where you're from. Hello, hello. We're going to start in about 5 minutes. We'll start in about 2 minutes. Hello, hello. Please can you write down what city or state that you're from, or even what country that you're from? Give it 1 more minute. All right, we're going to start now. So my name is Bobby L. Perry. I am the CEO of BPerryFilms Podcast, BPerryFilms, the webinars, and all types of things that are around BPerryFilms. I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys may have for me. And also, I'm going to tell you what's new coming to the company this year. So we'll start out with webinars. I have a webinar that is launching, which just launched today. So you can get your tickets and also a discount for this week on Black Men in Business. We're going to have guests such as Francois Filsame. If you haven't seen my last podcast episode on leadership, he was featured on there. And then we have Dr. Andre Morgan, who's also going to be featured in the webinar. It's going to be 2.5 hours. 1 hour and 45 minutes will be dedicated to answering anything that has to do with identity of what it's like to be a Black man, some stereotypes, some myths, and opportunities within the Black community if we work together and try to make a difference. The webinar will be on April 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time to 2:30 Eastern Time. We're going to be giving out some prizes out to people who attend. It's going to have a capacity of 90 people, so definitely join in if you are interested in it. I have the links in my description box. And like I had mentioned, there's a discount code that is linked to my Instagram. If you look at the picture, it will, in the description, it will give you the discount code so you can save $10 off. So what is interesting about the webinars is that it gives you more of like a hands-on experience, some information that's not always shared on my podcast, where I get to go further in depth with what's going on and whatever the niche or topic is. So some of the topics that we're going to be talking about during this webinar is sexuality, what is it like to be a Black man, age, colorism, racism, and all types of things that are obstacles for us as Black men trying to succeed navigating through life, whether you have a business or just in your personal life trying to get a job or interacting with people. And I believe if we work collectively together, we can make a difference. Next, we'll break it down into podcasting. So BPerryFilms Podcast is on its 17th episode. And I just can't believe it. It's been a long journey. I've been on YouTube for about 8 or 9 months now, and it's been a real great journey working with you guys as subscribers, subscribing to my channel, and being consistent on helping me grow and sharing our perspective with myself and the guests that I have featured on my podcast. So some people always wonder, how do I get featured on the podcast? And the answer is just reach out to me on Instagram. I will look through your website, your social media to make sure that you have the skills that I'm looking for the podcast. And then we'll figure out what topic that we can break it down into, whether it's mental health, fitness and mindset, starting a business during a pandemic, finance, real estate, and much more. As you have noticed on my YouTube channel, I have a broad range of different topics that I customize for each guest to make the story a little bit more interesting. And also, I've been posting a lot of real estate videos, and believe it or not, I actually like it. Doing real estate, it gives me a different perspective of architecture, history, being able to see what that person's vision is and bringing it to life. And yeah, does anyone have any questions on anything that has to relate to the podcast? I know some people always ask me about it. And I would like to know if you guys enjoy it so far. And you can write down in the chat what type of podcast episodes that you would be interested in, so I can do some research and get those videos posted for you guys. And yes, to answer the question, what's the difference between the webinars and the podcast, is that you're getting a one-on-one experience with me, and it's shot for real time. Some of the webinars are on Zoom, so that gives you an opportunity to get your face on camera, get a face to a name, and I'll be able to answer some of your questions, and even some of my guests will answer some of the questions that you have regarding that. Thank you. What type of topics would you be interested in learning about, Victorious? Thank you, Bessie. It's a lot of work being in front of the camera, believe it or not. I am an introvert, and I'm giving some introverts some advice. Just do it. All you have to do is just start. I know when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know how it was going to go. I posted up a trailer of my grandmother's documentary, and I was like, let me post it 2 days before, and then I'm not going to check my account for 24 hours and see how people react to it. So instead of getting the jitters and stuff, like I said, I waited 24 hours and I got 70 views on that one video. And it felt very humbling to me that people would take the time out of their day to watch a video that I created for a good cause. And just a reminder for anyone who just logged in, my webinar is going to be on April 30th, 2022 on a Saturday at 12 Eastern Time to 2:30 Eastern Time via Zoom. The link for the registration is in the description box. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat so you guys can see it. This is a great opportunity for you guys to get some advice from real professionals such as myself and the two other guests that I have. And yes, it's the link that says Eventbrite. You just log on there. And like I had mentioned, there's a discount code on my Instagram page that you can save $10 off on. I'll be offering some perks such as getting one-on-one coaching calls with me. I'm going to give that to a couple of people who attend. And we might think about giving out some gift cards as well, because people like to shop or invest into their own company. Are there any questions that you guys have about the podcast or anything around the webinar? And like I said before, I appreciate everyone who's been subscribing to my YouTube channel and being my main support of just being consistent. And people don't realize how much work goes into posting a video. There's a lot of admin work. Like I had mentioned in my first webinar, that there's the planning, outreaching, figuring out people's schedules, making sure that everyone is educated on whatever the topic is about. Like in the last video, we talked about leadership and the different types of leaderships. And I thought it was important that we talked about that because that's the number one reason why people leave their job. People not getting paid, people not being heard, people aren't being understood. People are all over the place right now, and COVID's not helping. But I'm grateful that the city is starting to level out. People are doing what they need to do to be safe. And let's be mindful of people who are trying to get back into performing and going to concerts and stuff. Please wear your masks, be safe, take the vaccine if you want, or sanitize your hands and stuff like that. Do the necessary stuff that we were taught as kids. I think that's very important. Be safe and keeping yourself safe along with the people around you. I'll break into the web series. The web series will be coming out soon. I can't give you a specific date. And the criteria for the web series is a lot more intense. It's we'll say like each shoot is probably going to be about 4 to 5 hours, and we're going to make them into maybe an hour or 2 hour long film. I need to get trademarks, copyrights, make sure I have my music that is copyright free because people don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued. We want to keep everyone on good terms. And yes, the requirement for the web series is more intense, more demanding, and the requirements are a little bit different from the podcast. We'll say for the podcast, I require you to be at least 6 months in your business. You have to be either a small business owner, a content creator, or a performing artist. And I know a lot of my guests who I have been featured on my podcast has had at least 10 years underneath their belt for performing arts, because I feel like with the longer that you're in your industry, the more information that you will be able to provide to the people who are watching. And yeah. Bessie, do you have any questions? Tony, do you have any questions? And yes, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do share it with your friends and family. There's a lot of videos that I have on finance, budgeting, saving, investing in yourself and other people, giving back to the community, which I strongly support. And for people who don't know, I'm part of the Boston Arts Academy Foundation, and we're helping raise money for the school through contributions. And I did do a real estate video of the new school that they're opening up in the fall. And you can find that on my page. I'm gonna check and see if anyone posted any questions on Facebook. Let's see. Another service that I will be offering soon is dance. I am returning back to the stage pretty soon. Can't wait for that. And if you guys want some videos posted on YouTube, I'm trying to get at least 500 subscribers, and then I'll post up some videos. That would be nice. Yeah, no, I can't wait. It's been a long time since I have performed, and I can't wait. Elena, do you have any questions on anything? We talked about the webinar, the podcast, the web series, and dance. Any questions regarding that? Bessie, do you have any questions? Tony, do you have any questions? And there's some more people that I see on the live chat. Like I had mentioned, all the links are in the description box below. And let me tell you, by joining the webinars, it's gonna feel like you're gonna learn a lot. You might feel a little overwhelmed. Oh, that's a good question. So I'm gonna be doing both. I can't wait to push out new choreography. I'm always working on something. I went to Boston Arts Academy's alumni mixer. It was an event that we had people from 25 years ago to currently now alumni come together, and we were just talking about what does COVID look like for us who are longtime performers and adjusting to being back on stage. I'm a very visual when it comes to performing arts. What's interesting about my dance pieces is that it feels like you're in a movie. I try to use all the perks of failing, tasting. Well, you don't actually taste the dancers, but it makes you feel like you're a part of something. It's kind of like when you're filming something on Food Network and you're just imagining how good the food tastes, how it smells. With my choreography, everything will be recorded so we can get people to watch it on YouTube and along with live performances coming soon. But once it's safe, like I said, I have to plan everything out depending on how COVID looks. I wouldn't want to perform on a stage with hundreds of people in the audience and someone gets COVID or I get COVID and things just don't happen. So it's about finding a balance and being safe about everything that you do. Any other questions, you guys? But yeah, dance is always going to be a part of my heart. I can't imagine me not dancing. And I've just posted up the link for the webinar at the top of the chat so people can look for it. Yeah, dance is always going to be my favorite, but I do like filming. It's just great that I get the opportunity to share the services that I held to myself to other people. And I'm very grateful that people still remember the contribution that I have made in the dance community, whether it's performing on stage, giving back. Like I believe in giving and getting. Whatever you give out to people is what you get back in return. And that is the number one thing that I thought was that separated me from a lot of businesses. I'm giving people my platform to express their thoughts and ideas and perspectives to educate people who are looking to go into these specific niches. Like I said, we do finance, we do real estate, we do performing arts, whether you're a singer, dancer, actor, visual artist, a content creator, filmmaker, podcaster, photographer, much more. And like I said, the podcast gives me an opportunity to educate myself on different areas. And believe it or not, watching the replays, I learned a lot about myself. You start appreciating the skill sets that people are have perfected in their craft. Photography is a lot harder than it looks. I would say that compared to filming, because we're working with a lot of frames, while with a photo, you only got that one shot, and that one shot will either make or break your career. Are there any topics that you guys would be interested in? And I'm also recording another podcast this weekend, and it will be aired 2 weeks from now. It's going to be a great topic. I'll stay on for about 10 more minutes. Do people have any more questions? And spread the word about the webinar. Like I said, we're giving out prizes, and this is going to give people an opportunity to learn about Black men and their perspective of growing up and how we're being prejudged and perceived in real life. And it's very tough, especially when you're trying to run your own company. There's so many people who want to be leaders but not want to put in the work that goes into it. So I thought it was important for us to show our perspective of what it is like for us growing up as kids, hitting adulthood, and so on, and spreading knowledge to the next generation of people. I am returning back to classes. I just need to figure out their schedule, but I spend a lot of money on exercising. I believe maybe about 140 a month. I take a lot of classes. And yes, I do use Apple Fitness. Some of my classes were virtual, but now they're bringing them back into studios. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. Instructional films. I like teaching live. I feel like as a performer, you're able to absorb more information if people maneuver your body or give you straight on feedback. It's kind of like Peloton. I believe that they have live classes where they can see people using the treadmills or bicycles and keep record of everything. Yeah, I'm excited for this year. Are there any topics that I haven't shared on my podcast that you would be interested in learning more about? And yes, you can follow me on Instagram. Yes, I'm on TikTok. I have a Facebook page, and I'm also on Clubhouse. And I know there was another question of where do I find people for the podcast? Most people find me on Instagram, and they reach out to me and tell me that they're interested in it. I know for YouTube, you get the podcasts, you get um, topics based on any type of niche that I feel like I'm educated in, and I make sure that we have real professionals giving advice, especially if we have a topic about COVID. I would definitely want someone from the CDC or someone in the healthcare profession that would know more about it. I think we have a video coming up about that soon, and hopefully people will get some education out of that. For my TikTok page, it's a little bit more behind the scenes of what I do in short form. I know a lot of people ask for like day in the lives, but I feel like I would overwhelm everybody with the things I do. I'm very busy. But if you want a video like that, let me know. In the Facebook fan page, I just launched that maybe about 2 weeks ago. We have about 80 something people, if not more. Yeah, it'll be fun. In Clubhouse, you'll see me in some groups, networking with other people and hearing other people's perspective. If you're not on the app, definitely sign up for it. Okay, so who's signing up for the webinar? I would like to see who's going to sign up for it. The first webinar that we did was on the artistry of storytelling through film, learning how to market your brand, your personal brand, products, services, and business through film. And you would be amazed by how much that um, big companies spend to get their ads shown or showcased in some type of way to reach a major audience. Like, it would throw you off if I tell you that the Super Bowl people pay $4 million, if not more, for a 30-second ad to be shown on the Super Bowl to millions of people. And that's not counting production. I think the biggest struggle for film is finding your niche, buying the equipment, making sure they have reliable clients, because some people like to cancel. People don't value what you're worth like any other job. But you got to be consistent. And for this second webinar, it's going to be on Black men in business, showing our perspective of what it's like to be a man in society and trying to make a difference in our community. And no, you do not have to be a man and you don't have to be Black to attend. It's open to everybody, whether you're male, female, gender binary, or different ethnic groups and more. Should be fun. And the capacity is 90 people. And like I said, we're going to be giving out some prizes to people who attend, especially if you end up asking us a question on camera. I would like to know more about your business and what you do. Any other questions on anything that you want me to go over? Any clarification? Any topics that you would be interested in learning about? I just can't believe that I've been in business for 9 months now. It's gone by so fast. Can't believe that we're at, I think, 25 videos now. It's really kicking off. I'm gonna stay on for about 5 more minutes. Drop down if you have any other questions. Someone just joined in. Do you have any questions on any of my products and services that I offer? And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now and share with your friends and family. And webinar tickets will only be on sale for this week going into Saturday. Any questions, Tony? Any question, Bessie? All right, I'm closing out in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna answer a few more questions if anyone drops anything. Okay, so I'm logging out in about 2 more minutes. If anyone has any questions, ask now. Like I said, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, my Facebook page, BPerryFilms, Clubhouse, BPerryFilms. Everything is at BPerryFilms. I can't wait for you guys to come along the journey with me. And we're going to be pushing out more content and hopefully some dance videos soon. All right, guys. So I'll sign out here. All right, thank you guys. Remember, my name is Bobby L. Perry. I'm the CEO of BPerryFilms. You can find me on TikTok, Clubhouse, Instagram, and also on the fan book page, BPerryFilms. If you are interested in being featured on the podcast, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm very quick to responding back, and we can try to schedule for a future episode. And definitely sign up for the webinar so you can get the one-on-one experience with me, my guests, and the other creators who join the live session. All right.